In this video, I'm going to flip through the planner stack that I used in Q1 of 2024, and we'll also talk a little bit about my goals and intentions for Q2 of 2024. Hi, I'm Kristen, and I post functional planning videos on my channel a couple times a week. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have been using an Erin Condren Monthly Planner as my regular everyday planner for a very long time now, almost a year and a half, I think, maybe it was. Anyway, at least a year. So we're gonna flip through. I used to do a monthly flip through and then I stopped, but I am gonna flip through January, February, and March of 2024 to show you that. And I use the Erin Condren Inspire design as my monthly planner. This is a Cambridge planner. It is called, what is this called? A work style. I got this at Walmart. I'll post the video or I'll link it in the cards. I really like this, and I'm going to flip through and show you how I used that. You don't see that on the channel because this is what I'm using to plan my channel stuff, my social media, and there were like, you know, there's dates and things that I need to keep track of that I'm not allowed to make public, and you know, so that's why. But everything in here that you'll see is stuff that has happened already, and so it shouldn't be a big deal. And then this is my Cultivate What Matters annual Powersheets goal planner. And this is what I use to figure out what goals I want to work on each month. So let's start with the monthly planner. So let's just flip through it, and I'm gonna try not to like take forever to do this, so I might not explain everything. If there's any like stickers or sticky notes or anything in here that you want me to tell you where I got it, let me know. Most of the stickers are going to be Planner Kate, and some of the sticky notes are available in my Etsy shop as a printable, and then I also use a lot of Cultivate What Matters sticky notes, and there may be some Erin Condren sticky notes in here. January, I had started trying to make some efforts with my personal development and my personal habits, and so I put all these BW icons from Planner Kate on here, and this was the only month I did that. It was really a way so that when I was planning the week, I could remember to do certain things that supported the goals that I had that you'll see in my power sheets. I didn't like it. It's just too crowded for what it is. And it was fun to like have the stickers and shop for the stickers and then put them in the planner, and then I don't know, I don't need them. I don't need to do it like that. Really, I need the stickers to remind me of things that aren't going to happen like on a recurring basis. So that was a little bit of a mistake, but I learned from it, and that's the point. So I was doing my to-do list over here. I like that, and that's something that I've continued doing, and I think will continue to work for me. And there's that. And then we have the dashboard. I used the Planner Kate monthly, like month on one page sticker here to cover up the habit trackers. Let me show you what they normally look like. It looks like this, and I don't like it, so I cover that up with the sticker, and then that way I can keep my notes page for other things. I was learning how to bake gluten-free bread up here, and it was something I was like practicing every single week, and it was something that I was even tracking in my power sheets, and so that is something that I have that skill now, and I actually don't even bake the bread anymore. I have found some bread finally that is available in the grocery store that I like better now, and this was like really out of desperation because I couldn't find bread that I wanted, and it was like causing issues you know, just with the ability to have like a convenient meal in the middle of the day, just like, you know, making a sandwich. Anyway, so I have the bread now, and I don't even need to bake the bread anymore, but it's cool that I know how, and I have like a go-to recipe that if I did need to or want to bake sandwich bread again, now I know. And that's my monthly menu plan. That's still working for me. It has changed, and we'll talk about that later, but just having the menu in one spot instead of coming up with it every single week is still a game changer for me. That's something I'm gonna probably always do. And then I've got, these were just some other little project things that I was just kind of writing the steps for here, and then just a note about the dentist. I don't know why our dentist is like this, but our dentist doesn't schedule 6 months in advance. You're supposed to have your teeth cleaned every 6 months, right? That's what they recommend, and we've always done it. And every dentist I've ever gone to, since I've been an adult making dentist appointments, you're always able to schedule your next appointment. Even like doctor's appointments and stuff, and those are like a year for your physical or whatever. Like, you can always schedule the next appointment. For some reason, our dentist doesn't let you schedule 6 months in advance. And so I can never schedule the appointment when I'm at the dentist. It's so frustrating. I'm sure, I mean, it's probably just an internal thing. The dentist probably doesn't want to commit to anything in, you know, within a 6 month time frame. I don't know, but anyway, it's just so weird to me. We do like the dentist though, so it's not a big deal, but so it's like I always have to have notes about, oh, I need to call and make this appointment, because it's like the only appointment that I have to do that anymore. So, okay, so then we've got week 1 and week 2, and these are all just, this is kind of how I have developed my planning over the year of doing this is, you know, I've got my grid over here on the left, I've got my to-do list here, and then I add a little bit of deco. I'll do like a little header at the top and some stickers usually in spots that I know I'm not really going to be writing, and then that's it. That's my style now. I have come to learn. I think the only thing that has really evolved is I stopped doing this to-do header now, which you'll see here there isn't one. This I tried to do like, I don't know, what was I doing here? Oh, I see, there's whiteout. Okay, so I think I was trying to do like a Hobonichi Weeks style where you have the column for like your events and then the column for your to-do list for each day. Kind of like the new Erin Condren weekly overview in the Daily Duo, where you've got like your 4 lines and then you've got your 4 little bullet points for that day. Anyway, I ended up hating seeing the little check boxes there. It just looked so messy to me. And this was supposed to be like a task list, and I didn't even check any of it off. I had written everything here, and then I dispersed it into each day, and then I didn't even check them off there. I still checked them off here. So that was just something I was trying, and it became clear that that didn't work for me. So anyway, back to the old standby over here, the usual thing. I stopped writing to do and taking up space there. So usually I have my sticky note, my cleaning sticky note here. So let's find the cleaning sticky note. It's in here, back here. I'm going to use the current one that I'm working with. So usually I keep a sticky note here. And so this is really my space for my to-do list. And so whenever you have that like heading that says to do, you kind of like are losing a couple of lines. And it also bothers me, and this is probably irrational, but when a page says what it is, like on some planners, it'll be like a blank page and it'll say notes at the top. It's like, why are you telling me it's a blank page? Of course I can write notes on it. Like, you don't have to tell me that. Or like a to-do list that says to do on it. I don't know why that bothers me. It doesn't need to bother me. it's just a weird thing, and it's kind of like, don't tell me how to live my life. You know, if I want to use that page to write a song or something, I don't write songs. I don't even know why I said that, but you know, don't put notes at the top. What if I want to write something up there and say like what this page is about? Anyway, that's a tangent, but I don't need it to say to do. I know that's a to-do list. It's very obvious to me that's a to-do list. So anyway, that's just me being obnoxious about it. No big deal. Here was, I just used this blank page to try, I was trying out like a color coding system for my menu. I wanted to try something with color coding. And I was just going through the markers or the highlighters I have and the dot markers I have to see like a little key. And I don't remember why I didn't end up going with this. I don't know. I didn't end up doing this anywhere, but that was it. And then here I was trying to figure out an ideal day. And I just kind of wrote down a list of things that are like not negotiable. And I wrote, what do I need to do for me to be a functioning human being? And then these were just things like different categories of what are the things that need to happen every day, and then how long do those usually take, like an estimation. Because then I was able to figure out that I had, you know, I've got like my sleep and my movement and all of the things that need to happen here. And I added it up to 13 hours a day. And that includes, you know, sleep. And then, so then I had 11 hours left in the day. And then it's like, okay, well then we have 6 hours where I'm working. Then I have an hour left for fun and an hour left to work on my goals, and then an hour and a half for meals. And so that now was 9.5 hours that I was using up. And so then I only had an hour and a half left for anything or nothing or sleep, like more sleep, and to catch up on things. So that was just kind of, I don't know, it was just a way for me to like see, am I being realistic about what I can get done during the day? You know, giving myself time to make sure I'm getting things done that need to happen so that I don't get like stressed, like the chores and things that have to happen every day. So like, I'm noticing here that I didn't even include, I guess that's what this 1.5 hours would be. Because like homemaking, I need to have 30 minutes a day to do dishes, you know, broken up over like emptying the dishwasher, washing dishes after each meal, that kind of thing. And then 45 minutes for just different chores each day, and then 30 minutes for laundry. That includes like getting the laundry, treating everything, you know, moving it over and like from the washer to the dryer, and then getting it out of the dryer and folding it and putting it away, hanging things up. So I gave myself 30 minutes for that. But there's not even like big projects here, and I guess I was thinking maybe that would be under goals because I do have a home goal. Anyway, I'm rambling, but that's just, it was just a notes page, and that's just what I was doing there. And I made sure to remind myself this is like an ideal day. Like some of this stuff doesn't happen, but on an ideal day, this is what I would like to happen. And then I went ahead and just kind of took it and wrote it out on a on this page, like for the 24 hours each day, just to see like where would all that stuff fit in, I guess. And then I didn't do anything for here, and then we move into February, and then I was using up stickers from the previous month because they went together with the colors. And here I tried, this is where, okay, so remember on January I had the little things that I didn't need every single day. Here I put it in my little sidebar, and I just said like, these things need to happen weekly. I'm not going to assign a day to them, but when I look at this to plan my week, this was supposed to be like my reminder of things I need to make sure I'm adding to my week. And looking at it now, I like the idea, but I didn't do it again. Maybe I need to add that. It's just like a cheat sheet, like some people call it like a trigger list or something that you look at and you can see like it triggers your memory of what you need to be doing so that you can make sure to add it to your list. But I think it was just, I think I just didn't need it anymore. But I do like it. I think it's cute there. In March, I ended up using the sidebar a little differently, so I didn't have the extra space. But I don't know. I think maybe if I had a blank space at the bottom and I thought it looked weird, I could do that again. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, we've got all our stuff here. And then here was the dashboard again. I still did my same meal plan thing, and then I did, I like to have a space for school notes or just notes that are specific to my kid. I feel like that is something I need always, even if I don't fill it up. Like if I don't need, and I just need one little spot for like one little date, it's fine. It's just I know there's always a spot to put that information. Here I tried something with putting the things, the goals I was focusing on here and writing it out. And then I was using these Cultivate What Matters sticky notes because I had intended to just move these to whatever week I was working on it. I don't remember if I did that. I don't think I did, but that was the intention. And then I had this little sidebar here that came on a sticker sheet because I wanted the sticker sheet that had this little sticker I bought a whole sticker sheet just for this one sticker. I love the sticker, but I decided that was ridiculous and I'm not gonna do that anymore. But this was on that sheet, so I was like, how can I utilize that? And I just had a little thingy here to write down notes about the next month, which kind of is silly because I put these on each month in my sidebar, and that's what those are for. It's just, I need, as things happen, I write it on there, and then I can take this off and still have my sidebar to when I decorate and everything. So it's kind of silly, and I didn't need to do that. And then I put a box here that I was supposed to put like a good memory or something, but I didn't. I have that in my Powersheets, and I probably wrote something there. But all right, so then this week, typical, nothing different here. I did make a list of the food prep for that week. Just kind of like a brain dump because I don't really bring this. I don't bring this to the kitchen, so it was kind of silly to have the list here, but I think it was just I was up at my desk and I was thinking, what do I need to make? And so I did a brain dump. I think that's probably what that was. And I probably transferred that to a different list that I brought to the kitchen. This was a week that I didn't really plan, and I think I didn't film it. We're in February, yeah, so I took a couple weeks off from filming in February, and so you can kind of see there's a lot of stuff here. And I used, basically what I did was I had this week, I didn't really use it at all. I did write some things on it, and then I ended up just using it as a scratch paper to try some different colors. I had used a gray, and I think I used a stencil, and I used my gray dot marker on the stencil, and then I forgot to wipe it off before I tried this color, and then that's what all this is I was trying to get the gray off of that color of my dot marker. Anyway, sometimes that's how it works. I just use pages like this as scratch paper, and it's ugly and it's not a big deal. All right, and then the next week I didn't plan anything, but I just made a huge list of things, and then I taped. I think what happened was let's try to pull this off without ripping the page too much. I had this huge list of things I needed to get done, and then it was too much, like my eyes were kind of crossing, and then so I just kind of went through and wrote the stuff that I hadn't checked off yet. I think I wrote them on here. No, This says week 9. I don't even know. No, that's what this was. Okay, so I had this, wrote everything down, and then as I checked through the things, I went and kind of rewrote the list with less stuff on it to make it less, you know, in my face. That's what that was. And then I guess I just stuck this here because it would have been here where I wrote week 9. And I usually keep one of these little sticky notes in. So if you notice, I always have my week numbers here. And then some weeks I don't have a week number because it comes from, I do this and I have to buy 2 sheets of these week numbers because some weeks straddle across 2 months. And so some weeks, like week 18 was in both April, at the end of April, and the beginning of May. And so I already used that second, and then the leftovers from those sheets I put in my planner to save these pages for each week so that when I have something going on, I can stick a sticky note there for pre-planning. Anyway, the weeks I don't have a sticker because I used it on the months, that's what those are for. So this must have been here, and then I guess whenever I planned that week, I just took it off and stuck it there. Who knows, whatever. It's probably not that serious, but you know, this week I didn't use any stickers or color or washi tape or anything. It was a pen only. And then what did I do here? This was my notes to try to figure out my commonplace book. I'll link that video there, although that's like one of the most disliked videos on my channel for some reason. I don't know why, everybody hates it. But so for that commonplace book, this was just like my notes on what I wanted like the color code to be and what kinds of things I wanted to keep track of in that notebook. And, you know, I used my dot markers to kind of figure out what colors I wanted to use there before I wrote it like officially in that notebook. Okay, so, and then I had pages I didn't use. I drew a line here. I think I was gonna try something and then I changed my mind, but essentially there's nothing on this page or this page. And it doesn't bother me to not use them because I will go back and use them later. Like sometimes I go back and use them to try to like figure things out, you know? It's like scratch paper, whatever. Okay, and then we get to March and, you know, same kind of situation, just using the colors from the monthly spread. Then I did a different thing here on the sidebar where I broke out my tasks for each, like goal category or life category or whatever. And then same thing here with my menu. And then this was where my son and I were trying to figure out lunch ideas because the previous month he just decided he was done with school lunches. He was sick of them, and the kid wasn't even eating lunch for so long and he wasn't telling me. Like he was buying lunch and then just eating like the roll that came with it or something, because he would say like it would be cold or it would be gross or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, we're not going to spend $3 a day for you to throw away food and then not have anything to eat in your belly all day. Like, we're going to just go ahead and start making your lunch. And so we were kind of coming up with some ideas here. This says Kramer Supreme. That's his version of like a Dagwood sandwich. He doesn't know, he's too young to know about Dagwood, but he like invented his little sandwich that he likes, and he started referring to it as a Kramer Supreme. So that's what that is. And then we've got just some notes here. I had that little hello sticker again. And then I really liked these stickers that came from an old Erin Condren little sticker set. And then just some sticky notes. I started tracking my debit card purchases. I think here was the first month I did that because I changed the kind of bank account, my checking account that I was using. and I have to have at least 10 debit card purchases a month or on a statement period to avoid a monthly fee. And so now I'm just kind of keeping track of my purchases, just to make sure I get at least 10. And here we've got our typical weekly spreads, the same here. I wrote down what I was reading here for some reason. I don't know why. You know, all the same stuff. And then here I tried to start putting my work stuff, my channel information in here. Because I was having extra pages left over, and I was like, you know, I could try to do that. And so I drew out a month on one page. I actually really like this month on one page concept. And this is where I started kind of getting the idea that I could maybe make my own planner, just because I was a little bit nervous about not liking the new Erin Condren stuff. At this point, we hadn't seen the new stuff yet. And the new stuff they were coming out with on the site for like notepads and covers and stuff like that, I just really did not like. It's just not my style at all. And I was really worried that that was going to be the direction they were going with the new life planners and then the new designs for the planners. And I was like, what can I do if I don't get a new like monthly planner because I don't like the designs? And I was thinking, okay, well, this would work. I could get a notebook or something and kind of make my own planner that way. Anyway, I drew that out so that I could figure out my stuff that I wanted to share on my channel and on my social media and maybe on my blog and stuff like that. And so I had, you know, my calendar of content, and then this was going to be any notes that had to do with like the 3 main brands that I love to work with, you know, their sales and their different promotions and what's going on and launches and things like that. That I liked that, and I liked having it in the planner because when I was making my plans for the week, I could kind of have that in mind. The problem with having this kind of stuff on paper is that it changes so much, and you'll see that in this book here. The other reason I had it in here is because in this book I was having to white out so much stuff because every time I would write stuff down, something would change, and it was just like it was getting annoying, and so I just kind of drew it here. I really love the idea of this. I really want to do something like this. I keep track of all my content on my Google Calendar, and that's so much more convenient as far as rescheduling things or canceling or changing things. You know, if I figure out my plan for the entire month on the content I want to share, and then a brand comes out and says, oh, we're having this big sale, then I kind of need to change some things. And so having it on paper, like I think some of this probably changed and I didn't even bother changing it in here. I don't know. I love the idea of it, but in practice, it's not working for me. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to do there. I might change it and just not put content on it, and then just put like the dates that have to do with sales or new product launches or whatever. And that's kind of what I'm doing going forward for Q2. So I think we can move on to that because that's the end. Okay, so this is a good segue into my work planner. So I got this because I saw it at Walmart one day, and it's like a week on one page layout that I love, and I couldn't believe that I had never seen it before, and I bought it. And then to be able to like show it to you, I went and mocked up a couple of weeks of what I was doing for work, and I loved it. And I was like, I am actually going to use this. And I did. I really did use it. I even put out my goals here, and this was so ambitious. This changed so much. I was like, in La La Land thinking I could work on all of that stuff. And this was just work related and channel related. Yeah, but I really like this and I still recommend this. And it was less than $10. I think it was like $8.97 or something like that. I still recommend this if you don't need like a huge planner. I love this and I would use it if I didn't have the budget or the ability to get like the new fancy stuff from like Erin Condren and stuff. This I would be super happy with. I still really love it. So this is where I had decided not to put my content in here on the monthly because I was doing it in my Google Calendar. And so I would just put stuff on here that was important for my day-to-day work. You know, I would write down like, we have an orthodontist appointment this day, so don't, you know, plan to work on something in the morning and stuff like that. And so you know, and then I liked this little like sidebar here so that you had like a little square of notes for each week. And this is where I was kind of trying out cycle syncing, I think is what it's called, where each week you have like different energy levels based on the like types of the hormone cycles in your female body. And I was kind of trying to follow that because I would notice that certain weeks were better than others, and I tried. It actually, I think it ended up being not something that works for me. I tried it for the whole quarter and it made me more stressed out to try to do it that way than just having an off week one week. I don't know. I still love the concept. It makes sense to me. I do have a regular cycle, so it does make sense, and it is something that could work. It just didn't. So anyway, then we have the weeks, and I loved having this space to just kind of write just jot down the things I wanted to do that day. And then I would just put all my tasks here, and I started color coding based on the goals that I had set for myself that were way too ambitious. The tasks that supported these goals, right? So that I could kind of see, like, am I working on things like enough? That's kind of what was going on here, and I really liked it, and I was really into using this. And I still am, and I kind of still want to, but I'm trying something else out right now. So this is always going to be an option for me, I think. If the other things I'm trying now don't work better, I probably will go back to one of these for just writing out my work stuff. I don't know. But there's not much here. It's just, this is where, okay, I don't know if you can see it, but basically all that whiteout, that's kind of like, I tried to write down a bunch of stuff and then it all changed, and it's like, I can't keep wasting whiteout like this. So, you know, I had all this ambition to get stuff done. I didn't even check anything up off this list. I had such good intentions with this, and then this is where I ended up like taking this week off and this week off, I think. And yeah, I didn't end up getting like anything done. And I don't know, I still really like this. It's very functional for me. It's nice to just have a spot to just scribble things out, and I don't have to worry about making it pretty for the internet. Not that I do that, like I still am very real with my planning, but I am conscious of the fact that I need to keep like fresh content up because I do work with brands, and I do want to hold up my end of the bargain there as far as like having engaging content. And so if I'm constantly putting out like the same thing every week, that kind of wears on my mind a little bit, that I need to, kind of try different things every now and then. But this was nice, like just having a spot to scratch stuff out, and who cares what it looks like, right? Here, a lot more whiteout, and just, I don't even know. I think what happened, let's look at February. Okay, yeah, I had these sticky notes here, so I didn't even notice. So in February, I tried to redate it to be a Monday start because that's what I prefer. And then I was like, I don't want a planner that I have to do that. Like, I just want it to already be done. And so I was like, okay, well, I can just ignore the Sunday column over here and just use it as an extension of maybe my notes. And I don't remember what I wrote here that I ended up whiting out, but there's that. And then the same with Saturday. I figured I'll just ignore it. And this is my Monday through Friday. But I mean, everything is the same. You see, there's a lot of whiting out because things changed. And that's where I realized, like, I got to stop maybe doing this. And then these are just a Post-it tab, and that's kind of what I was just using as a bookmark, and that worked out really well. And this is the end of it. That I'm not going to show you anything in April because that stuff is stuff that I can't share yet. So, but that's just how I used this. And then what happened was, because I whited all this out and there was a lot of changes, you know, because I had stuff planned that I wrote out ahead of time in these, you know, in the future, and then stuff changed, and it's like, you know, so then these were on sale for like less than 20 bucks. And so this is a Cultivate What Matters 90-day power sheets. Because I love the annual power sheets so much, I was like, you know, I'm going to take the work category out of my goals for my personal goals. And I knew that I had kind of been too ambitious with the goals I wrote in here. And I thought, maybe I can just take the 90-day power sheets and use that as a work thing. And I'm trying to find something I haven't written on yet to show you. So each month, I can't because this is only 90 days, and so there's already like writing in here, but it's essentially the same. Here's a week that's not written on. It's this layout that I love, right? And it's Monday through Friday on this side, which is perfect for me for work because I don't work on the weekends if I can help it. It's very important to me to not work and not look at social media and stuff like that on the weekends. Sometimes I do, it's just natural, but I try not to. And then Saturday and Sunday are over here, which are easy enough to just white out, and then I can use that as like note space. And then you've got a to-do list and another note space here. So this is like really great. And then there's also a tending list, which there's also a tending list here. So this is like the same set of pages that is in my power sheets, or my annual power sheets. And so I actually ignore the daily stuff, but this is helpful. And I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not sure, I'm probably not going to use one of these for Q3 because I do want to try the Erin Condren work-life balance notebook. So we'll see about that. But if this, I still am leaning towards this. I do really like the goal setting. There's prep work in here, just like there is, there's a whole section of prep work in here, just like there is in the annual power sheets. And I liked that I could kind of just focus on from the perspective of my channel, and my social media and what I do here on YouTube. I liked that I could kind of rename the categories and make it just about that. And then, because I am a person that needs like separation, and so I don't do any work goal planning in here anymore, and I did it in here only. I still really love this, and I might, if the Erin Condren one doesn't work out, I don't know, I still think I want to use this, but you know, it's what I do here on the channel is try things, so I need to try that too. But if you're looking for something inexpensive, I still really recommend that. Let's look at the goals here. I'm not going to actually flip through my goals. I feel like I've done enough where you could see like how the power sheets work. But we did have a refresh, and what I like about the Power Sheets is that you do have the like quarterly refresh. And let's flip through to one I haven't done yet just so you can see what it looks like. And it's basically at the end of each quarter, you have in that month, you have the refresh section, and you kind of redo your CLE, your cultivated life evaluation, and then do a little bit of journaling, and then you reset your routines. Whatever hasn't been working for a few, weeks or months or whatever, you can kind of like, you have a space to think about that and journal about that and like redo those. And then you're refreshing your goals based on what you've learned over the past 90 days. You're either keeping your goals the same or you're tweaking them in a little bit of a way. And so you have a spot here to rewrite them. And then this is just for brainstorming your different goals. And if you have a new goal, or if one of your goals has changed, or if you really want to like laser focus on a certain thing, there's plenty of space for notes there. And then you have your weekly rhythm where you're kind of like that ideal day thing I did before, but this is like on a weekly basis. And then just another notes page here. For quarter 2, which is April, May, and June, I did refresh my goals, and let's go to the end and let me see if I can find my goal refresh page. So for quarter 2, I refreshed my goals and took a lot out. So before I had my 8 goals, now I only have 4. And I'm doing home, financial, health, and I have changed my extra blank like wild card goal. I've changed that to like self-care, because I had lumped that in with my yellow goal category, which is like personal development. But I really kind of wanted to break that out on its own. So those are my refresh goals for the quarter. I really learned in the first quarter that even though I thought I had pared down and my goals and that I wasn't trying to do too much, I always will. I will always try to do too much, and that's important to know because I cannot, even when I'm consciously telling myself don't do too much, I still keep doing too much. And that's like an ongoing thing that is very frustrating to me, that I can't kind of get that together and figure that out. Why I do that, I don't know. It kind of goes along with my word content, which is my word of the year. I want to be content with not doing everything. I think for me, I'm not content. I feel like if I'm not doing a ton of stuff, then I'm not doing enough. And I want to feel content with less, and less goals, less physical things, less worrying about what other people think, like all of that. Like I want to be content with less. And so I cut my goals in half. Of course, I still have the goals in here, which is really like one goal. It's my work is one goal category, and then I just kind of have some little categories in here, which maybe I can show you those. I can't actually, I don't want to put it on camera, but basically I broke down the 8 goal categories into like, my different platforms really, and then just like administrative stuff. So I've got like Instagram, YouTube, my affiliate work, and like admin stuff, and then my blog, and then just like the small goals that go along with those. That's just kind of broken out here instead of being broken out in here, because it was just adding to the chaos. Anyway, I like this so far. I feel like March, towards the end of March, I was just like getting where I was like, oh, this is just not working. I was trying to do way too many things. And then so far in April, we're only halfway through April when I'm filming this, and it already feels so much better, and I already feel so much more content, I guess is what I it really is, the refresh has been refreshing. Like it's working. I am feeling less stressed about things, and the things that are on my tending list for April are just, it's just better. I'm also, the other difference here is that I've learned that I need to not try to like decorate my tending list like I was at the beginning of the year. I was so excited for decorating a tending list because of everybody's tending list that I saw on the internet and how cute they all were. And I'm like, oh, I get to do that too now, finally, that I have Powersheets. And it was just not working. So in March and then now in April, this is so much better for me. And just having a lot less on the page, and it's only in a couple of different categories, has really just helped me feel so much better. So some of the categories you're going to notice, like I cut out my family category. That doesn't mean that I'm not, like I don't care about my family. It just means that that's not something that needs a lot of my attention right now. And the things that I do with my family that work and that nurture my family, those are things I don't really need reminders for, and I don't need to be actively working on. It's more that it's stuff we're already doing and it's not broke, so I don't need to fix it. And I don't need that on my tending list as like another thing I have to check off, right? And so this is just stuff that is supporting the goals that I have, that just need a little bit more of my time and attention. So anyhow, I hope this wasn't too rambly and annoying for you to listen to, but that is how I used these 3 planners in the months of January, February, and March. And I'm still only using 3. I'm just kind of setting this to the side now, and I'm using these now. The other thing going forward, though, is that starting in July, which is Q3, we have the new Erin Condren Life Planners, and I'm actually really excited to try out the new Compact Vertical. And so I don't know what's going to happen with the monthly planner as far as, am I going to keep planning my week out in that? We don't know what the new monthly planners are going to look like. Those haven't been released yet. Those probably won't launch until the first week or the beginning of June maybe. And so I don't know what they're going to be like. They're going to have the same designs most likely as, so last year they only had the Inspire design and the Wildflowers design for the monthlies. They didn't do Canvas. And so I'm assuming they'll do the same thing this year, where they're only going to have the Evolve design and then the Bold Blooms. So I don't know what is going to happen as far as, am I going to use a monthly planner to plan my week anymore, or am I going to use the weekly planner? And then these also have the new pages in them, right? And so that's another thing that I keep wondering about, like, do I make my own little setup with these pages? I don't know. There's a lot of things going through my head right now. We only just got the new life planners, and so I don't know what I'm going to do going forward, but I'm open to using the weekly life planner as much as I love this and that this works for me. But I want to try new things for fun. But I always have my standby, right? Anyway, we need to get through this quarter first, but I just kind of wanted to talk about what I wanted to do maybe going forward. And then I still have plans to, like I said, make my own planner. I did buy the 7x9 version of the Planner Kate disc binder, and I have, this is a happy planner that I bought to try out disc planning, and I haven't done anything with this yet. I've just been so busy. But this is another thing. So whenever I was worried about the life planners and the new designs, I thought, well, I can make my own planner, and my idea was to do a disc planner. And this is where I was this is all I've really done, is I played with all of my notes pages and my notepads, and I punched them to fit on discs to see what they would look like. Just because it's like, it's a convenient way to use those. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, so my thought process was really to do a month on one page, and then like glue some of these pages together, and not do, like, I don't think I was going to use this for planning. My idea was more to use like an Erin Condren notebook and punch that paper, and then use Planner Kate stickers to create a monthly spread and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll see what happens there. I do like to play with stuff even if I don't end up using it. I love like being creative and coming up with like ideas like this. So we'll see what happens and what I have time for figuring out. But this is staying for sure. This is what I'm using this quarter. Quarter 3, I'll probably use that work-life balance notebook unless something changes. And then the monthly planner is definitely getting used until it's done. There is a July in here for some reason. I will not be using the July monthly spread. I will move into the new life planner by then, or the monthly planner. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the monthly planners. But yeah, anyhow, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching it. I know it's long, but that's just kind of how I roll on my channel. Long videos tends to be where it's at for me. So anyhow, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post functional planning videos on my channel a couple times a week. And if you liked this one, you'll probably like those ones too. And I would love to see you in the next one. Until then, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Bye.